Sports for you, London Boxing News for the capital city, here with Ricky Boylan. Rick, you've just travelled down today from Manchester, or you?
No, I got back from Manchester last week and been training down there since. I've just been using a few gyms down there, and I go back to Manchester on start of December, and then I'll be up there for basically 8 weeks. I'll come back for Christmas Day and that, and then head straight back up there. So.
You're still based down there, but you still got a flat down here? Or
yeah, I live down there. Yeah, obviously my family and that is here. So, but yeah, I'm willing to do these sacrifices. So hopefully January 31st it all comes off.
Tough being away from your young son.
It is, but at the same time it's brilliant. Like literally. When I'm up there, I just live the life. I go train, I go back to my room and sleep. Then I go back to the gym in the afternoon. Do you know what I mean? Then I go and do my run in the evening, whatever. So I'm getting enough rest and things like that. So yeah, it's good. It's good. And Jamie and Nigel, obviously, top coaches. So
many fighters seem to be adapting to that lifestyle now. Rather than, spoke to Frank Buglioni yesterday and say the advantages of bringing a fighter on, actually going away in camp, unbelievable. Do you feel the same way, Rick?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, like it's just more you're living the life properly, and I'm lucky to have a couple of sponsors that have helping me out full time. Rapid Ready Mix.
Mention your sponsors?
Yeah, Rapid Ready Mix. So they've just given me a full time contract so I can train properly. So really grateful for them, and Robot Cuts and SWT Flooring. So at the end of the day, without them, I wouldn't be able to do it. And then also there's a hotel in Manchester where I stay, which is the Hello Hotel. They're putting me up for 8 weeks free of charge. So
fantastic.
At the same time, they're all helping me. So just come January 31st, I've got to make sure I do the business.
And moving on to that fight against the unbeaten Tommy Martin, how do you think that's a fight too soon for him, Rick? Yeah,
definitely. But listen, he wanted the fight, and so did I. I asked Eddie for the fight. Listen, he's a great mover and he's a good boxer and that, but I just feel it's a little bit too early for him. But I'm not going to say I'm going to do this or do that, but come fight night, I think I'll be English champion. And I said it last time, but I think everyone knows against Tyler Goodjohn it was a close fight. I probably didn't have the best preparation. I was in brilliant shape and my fitness and everything was there, but I had a lot of problems in the camp too. I broke my thumb 5 weeks before, so that just messed up my whole sparring thing. So, but no excuses, that's done and dusted. But I think January 31st will be a different Ricky Boylan.
And obviously the advantage this time of having a full camp with Nigel Travis and Jamie Moore is going to pay dividends, because as you said last time, you're learning every day, aren't you?
Yeah.
Back there with them.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like as I said, I got back from there last week. I was up there for a few days, and they just give me 3 or 4 things to work on, and so when I come back here, I'm working on them things. All right, yeah, they're not with me when I'm in the gym, but I'm sensible enough to sort of realise if I'm making a mistake or I'm not doing it. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's just nice to have been able to work on 3 or 4 things, and then when I go back up there, hopefully I should have it installed into me a bit. I'll be fit when I go back up there. So I've literally got 7-8 weeks just to work on technique and a game plan sort of thing. So yeah, it's good.
Super. And you touched on it earlier, your fight with Tyler Goodjohn, which was an absolute war. Many judges scoring it different, fight toing and throwing. Is that you? I know you don't want to look too far ahead, Rick, but he's vacated. If you are to win the English title, is that a fight that you want sooner rather than later?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to put things right, because I know that had I had a proper, I shouldn't say that, because I had a good training camp, like training. I was in brilliant shape, but as I said, I just had a lot of problems outside of boxing as well. But yeah, I think if things had gone smoothly, everything inside and outside, I just feel that I would have beaten them. But listen, no excuses. It was a close fight. I think the judges had it pretty spot on, to be fair. I spoke to a couple of them after. I think Marcus McDonald scored it a draw, and then 2 had it 96-94. But the 2 that had it 96-94 had it total different rounds.
Most definitely,
that I was winning or losing. Do you know what I mean? To make up the score. So, you know, one judge might have had me winning round 5, whereas the other one had him winning. Losing the round, do you know what I mean? So
I think in media circles that was the same, because we obviously get sent a set list of how people scored certain rounds, and they were all different. You know, it was work you like. You know,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but obviously as well, Rick, part of yet again that light welterweight division is absolutely cooking, isn't it? You know,
buzzing, yeah. So yeah, listen, I want that fight, and I think it'll happen. You know. It'll happen. I think the loser of that may get a shot back at this, do you know what I mean? And then the winner may move on. So, but no excuses. End of the day, Tyler was English champion and he beat me on the night. But I'm sure in the future I can rectify that.
Rick, lovely for talking to us. Would you like to give a Twitter handle for you people to follow you?
At Ricky Boylan 1, and then just thanks again to all my sponsors: Rapid Ready Mix, SWT Flooring, Robo Cuts, Ampro, Sugar Rays, Usana. It goes on.
Ricky Boylan, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.